Hey, this is Rick from Hiking Emergency Beacon, and today I wanted to do a little comparison between the Garmin inReach Mini 2 and the inReach Messenger. I was doing some tests this last week, and you can see them, and I'll have descriptions below, on the Garmin inReach Messenger, and I've done a lot of tests on the Garmin inReach Mini 2 recently, and I did a very And I started thinking, why did Garmin come out with this inReach Messenger? These are about the same price. This is, I think, $300 right now. This is, the Mini 2 is $350, I believe. I'll have that information up on the screen. But for $50 difference, I'm not sure why they came out with the Messenger. But I think I figured it out, and so let's talk about it, and let's start looking at what's similar first between these. These are both Garmin devices. They are inReach messengers, so they focus a lot on the SOS function and the two-way messaging. They also have weather. They're also really small devices. They're both about the same size and weight, different shape. You can see the SOS button on the side. They both have arrows to move around with an OK button, and the same thing here is an OK button, back button, and then arrows up and down. So there's a lot of similarities with these two devices, both in size and what they do. And the price is similar. If you want to compare the inReach Messenger to the GPS Map 66i, that's different because the GPS Map 66i is $600 or $700 versus the inReach Messenger, which is $300. Again, that information will be on the screen. The prices today in October 2022. Other similarities that they have is they both have tracking. You can set tracking from 2 minutes to 4 hours. That's the same. They both have TracBack. Now the TracBack is a lot more powerful on the inReach Mini 2. We'll talk about that. But there's a lot of similarities, and they both have global pole-to-pole satellite coverage. And they operate very similar. The way they message, how fast they message, and how fast they get weather, it's really similar. But let's talk about what's different now. On the Garmin inReach Messenger, there's several things that are different. One of the differences, they offer group texting. That's new. They have made this so it transitions seamlessly from cell service to satellite service. And that's great because when I was testing it, I was getting information really quick on messaging and weather. And that's because it was in cell service. When you transition out to satellite service, you need a clear view of the sky, but it does it without you having to change anything. That's different from the Mini 2. The Mini 2, you only have the satellite coverage. I would say another thing that's different is just the shape. They are about the same size. Now the Messenger is slightly thinner, but they're, with the antenna sticking up here, the inReach Mini 2 is a little bit taller. It's a little bit thicker, but it's a little bit more narrow. But overall size and weight is very similar. And I would say that the Messenger is easier if you want to just put it in your pocket. It slides in really easy, and you don't even hardly notice it's there. It's really smaller than a wallet. Maybe a little bit thicker than a wallet for most people, but smaller. Now this goes in your pocket just as well, and just as easy, but it's a little bit. When you attach it with the backpack tether, it fits more and is secured more easily to your strap, which is where I carry it right here, and I'll show you a picture of that. It attaches a lot better, and it's out of the way, versus this one here, the Messenger. It attaches right here with a retractable lanyard. It actually attaches very well because it's so small and lightweight. It doesn't move around, and with the retractable lanyard, it's really nice because you just pull it out and take a look at it and slide it right back. With the backpack tether, it's similar, but it's a Velcro, so you unvelcro it, you look at it, it's got the tether, and you can look at it, and then you just put it right back. So those are some of the differences and some of the similarities. But here's where my confusion came in. And I really was asking myself the question, what's the use of the Garmin Messenger, the inReach Messenger? And it depends really on how you use it. As a hiker, fisherman, hunting, and sometimes I'll be kayaking, I always have a backpack on. And so this inReach Mini 2 attaches right here. It attaches better. And what I like about this a lot better is One, you have maps. You do not have maps on the Garmin inReach Messenger. You do have maps with the Mini 2 when it's synced to your phone. But the other thing that's really valuable is the TracBack feature on the Mini 2 is extremely powerful, much more powerful than the Garmin Messenger. And that's because when you track back with the inReach Messenger, it tracks to the last 10-minute waypoints. So a lot of times it'll take you, it's showing you going through the woods or trees or over a cliff or through a river. And it doesn't give you extremely accurate tracking back along a trail if that's what you were doing, or say you were fishing and you're out traversing through the woods to get to a stream. This inReach Mini 2, it actually gives you very accurate arrows, and it shows the path here too. It'll show your tracks, and it'll actually show you following it back. It will show how far you are off course, but the other great thing is it gives you audible and visual alerts you're off course. And then when you get back on course or you turn around, you're heading in the right direction, again, it'll give you audible and visual alerts that you're heading in the right direction. It does a lot more than this Messenger. So here's the bottom line for these two devices and who I think they're made for. For me, the inReach Mini 2 is meant for somebody who's more active in the outdoors. They're hiking, they're kayaking, mountain biking, fishing, hunting, and you get the maps on your phone when it's synced. You get the more accurate track back. It's just better if for $50 more. It's much better for somebody who's out in the woods, active, or on a river or something like that. Much better for $50. I would absolutely go with the Mini 2 and just forget the Garmin. So who's the inReach Messenger made for? Garmin may disagree with me on this, but from all the videos I've seen, they always show somebody using this messenger and they're at a campsite, their picnic table, there's a rock or something, and they're just putting it down and they're texting. That's what I've seen the videos for. So I would say, because these are so close in price and this is much more powerful, this is great for somebody who's in an RV or camping, and that's mostly what they're doing. They're just camping. They're staying near the campsite. They're going on really short hikes or something. They're just playing around. They're cooking out. They're just hanging out, having fun in the mountains by a campsite. Then this is great because it's in your pocket, and then you pull it out, you put it on a table or a rock, and you don't have cell service, so then you can text or get weather or SOS. If it's a life-threatening emergency, then you can use the SOS. Also, if you want to have the retractable lanyard, you can attach it here. Again, you can throw it on your pack and you can take it out. You can use it to track. Now, if you're going to track, I would say don't put it in your pocket. Make sure that you have a clear view of the sky on a pack somewhere high. And then if you want a message and all that, again, you could take the off of the lanyard, set it down, and again, message. That's who I think it's meant for. So it's perfect for those people, and it's because it really is more simple to put in your pocket, because this, again, so this is a little bit of an odd shape, but that's who I think it's meant for. If you're considering, say, something like a Montana 700 or 750i, or a GPS Map 66i, those are $600-700 or more, and then you can get this for half the price, and you are able to use the SOS, you can use the two-way messaging, you can get weather, things like that, and tracking, track back. Sure, you can save a bunch of money and get this. I would highly recommend it. I always recommend you have the ability to communicate when you're out, wherever you're at, and you're outside cell service. It's important. It really is. I've found it to be extremely important. However, if you're comparing these two and it's a $50 difference and you're more active, I would say forget this. Don't even think about the inReach Messenger. Absolutely go with the Mini 2. Much more powerful device for $50. There's no question. This is the way to go. And I just want to sit down and talk through with you about what I saw the differences were, and you know, why the Messenger. I really wasn't getting it for a while, but then I was really thinking about how people use the device and how different people are. There's always a reason for different devices. There's no one right messenger for everybody. So that's just my final thoughts on this. I just wanted to walk through with you about the two and just let you know what the differences were. And you know, if you got any questions or you have a different experience, please leave a comment below, because sometimes I can be wrong about something, or I'm missing something. Or you might see something and say, hey, you're kind of forgetting something, and then I'll go back out and I'll test it, and I'll field test it, and I'll put another video up. So please leave a comment below, and like, subscribe, and share. and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos, because I've got a lot more of these reviews coming up and comparisons, and I'll be buying new satellite messengers all the time. And I'll help you keep an eye on what's out there, the new technologies and differences, so that you can make a more informed decision.